Imagine you wake up one morning to find that every inch on a ruler changed overnight. Your foot is now 11 inches, your mile is a little shorter, and your paycheck somehow buys fewer groceries. Welcome to modern money. Today we're unpacking the Bitcoin standard by Safian Ammous. From what sound money actually means, to why government spending and inflation might be quietly robbing you, and how Bitcoin, oddly enough, might be humanity's way back to long-term thinking. Think of it as Milton Friedman meets a cyberpunk libertarian. Let's begin. Part 1, the problem with money today. Let's start with a simple question. What is money? Ammous reminds us that money isn't wealth. It's the tool for transferring wealth across time and space. In a healthy economy, money should hold its value, like a ruler that never changes length or a measuring cup that always measures the same amount. The problem is, our cup leaks. Governments can print new dollars at the click of a mouse, which they sometimes do with all the restraint of a teenager at an all-you-can-text buffet. The result is easy money, or in other words, monopoly money with real consequences. Inflation erodes savings, punishing prudence and rewarding whoever borrows first and asks questions later. We live in an economy addicted to caffeine, quick fixes, and credit cards. Ammous argues this breeds short-term thinking. If your dollars decay like fruit, why even save them? Why innovate patiently when speculation and debt are the name of the game? When money loses meaning, so does time. Part 2, a brief history of money. Ammous then takes us on an interesting trip through monetary history. Before paper promises, people used hard money, things you couldn't easily make more of: gold, silver, shells, even salt. The essential trait was scarcity. You can't conjure up more gold from thin air, although many have tried. Hard money systems like the gold standard forced fiscal discipline. You couldn't spend what you didn't have, a principle that now sounds almost quaint, like calling your grandma before you can get permission to print another trillion, or before scheduling another round of quantitative easing. Then came 1971, where President Nixon ended the gold standard.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
And the US dollar became fiat money, backed not by gold, but by government decree and our collective willingness to nod politely. Since then, the money supply has expanded faster than the excuses for why you forgot your homework. Ammous argues this shift to soft money made our economies reckless, our debts enormous, and our politics permanently caffeinated, to put lightly. Fiat money, he says, is the quiet engine behind endless booms, busts, and the ballooning inequality. Part 3, enter Bitcoin. Bitcoin, digital, decentralized, and miraculously finite. Ammous believes Bitcoin represents a return to hard money, but for the digital age. Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million coins. No one, not even a government, can inflate it. It's decentralized, verifiable, and secured by objective math rather than subjective trust in politicians or central bankers. That fixed supply gives Bitcoin what Ammous calls absolute scarcity, the hardest money ever invented, harder even than gold, which you can still mine more of. And because Bitcoin can be sent anywhere instantly, it combines the portability of the internet with the discipline of gold. To Ammous, this makes Bitcoin the sound money standard of the future, one that rewards savers, curbs reckless spending, and maybe restores economic sanity. Critics say Bitcoin's volatile, which true, but so were airplanes when the Wright brothers first flew. Progress rarely comes without turbulence, and this is smoother than the turbulence of hyperinflation. Part 4, civilization and time preference. Here's where the book turns a bit philosophical. Ammous argues that the money a society uses literally shapes its culture, specifically its time preference. meaning how much it values the future over the present. Hard money societies, where savings hold value, can think in centuries. They build cathedrals, plant trees, and invent the future. That's a low time preference culture. Soft money societies, where value melts away, tend to chase short-term pleasures. Why save or plan for tomorrow if your money will be worthless next year? In short, when our money is solid, we plan. When it's melting, we party, like a trust fund kid at his final frat party. Bitcoin, in this view, isn't just an asset, it's a civilizational compass, pointing us back towards patience, craftsmanship, and meaning. It's the kind of long-term thinking that once carved stone arches, but now mostly carves short-term social media fame. Part 5, the critics and the vision. Of course, not everyone's buying it, literally and metaphorically. Critics see Bitcoin as volatile, energy hungry, or a playground for libertarians who read too much idealistic Ayn Rand and not enough about modern economic complexities, which fair points perhaps. But even skeptics admit the Bitcoin standard forces a rare question, one we almost never ask. If money is the foundation of civilization, why do we keep building ours on quicksand? And why do we accept money that loses value every year? Amusa's answer is blunt. Sound money builds sound morals, sound families, and sound societies. Soft money builds, well, soft people. If money shapes the world, maybe it's time we start shaping our money. And maybe Bitcoin is the beginning of that next chapter. And if that sounds dramatic, remember, every empire in history thought its currency would last forever, right up until they became mere museum exhibits. So, is Bitcoin the next form of gold standard, or just the world's most elegant midlife crisis? You decide. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, maybe drop a comment below. But remember, sound money isn't about greed, it's about time. And time, unlike dollars, can't be printed. I'll see you next time, and until then, take care.